We're going to go through the daily power hour. So if you've never done one of these kinds of power hours with me, I'm really excited for you to do it. They can be a little fast paced. My team, I've decided, is really used to my pace, but I think some other people are like, what the hell is happening? So it's fine. If you get a little behind, don't even worry about it. It's fine. We're going to move together. That's my team's theme, move together in everything. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see the tracker. I did put it in the chat if you guys want to print it and keep it. I always do trackers so that you guys, honestly, it's not even just to keep up on the power hour calls. It's more so that you guys can go back and reuse them and do them again. I really try to make my power hours duplicatable. So if you do it once with me, then you should be able to look at your tracker and do whichever power hour it is again by yourself. And I think that that's really important. So today, we're going to do the daily action hour and mindset therapy. This is just a really solid power hour for any day of the week. It covers a lot of different categories, but it will help you just really get focused, get a lot of productive stuff done with like your social media, your check-ins, posts, whatever it is, and allow you for more time to actually coach. So the number one thing is this little mindset section. I usually start each power hour with these. What I want you to do is just write down your current personal development, whatever it is that you're doing for that. This power word is really important. This is something that I put on every power hour that I ever do. And if I feel myself getting unfocused, I immediately look at this word, whatever it is, whatever I chose for it, and it helps me refocus. That's just a little trick that I learned from my own ADD. But today's time frame, we have some time. Again, this is a daily power hour. So if I'll look at this and I'm like, I have no time, then I'll circle no time. And then I'll go down here and I'll look at 5 things on it that I can get done. And that's what I do. That's how I turn it into a power pocket instead of a power hour. Does that make sense? It's okay for you guys to break the rules sometimes. You know, Randy knows you learn the rules and then you break the rules. I learned that in hair school. Okay. And then today, this is the next thing that I think is actually really helpful for me. I like to ask myself, how do I want to contribute today? And it helps me decide, am I like in a mindset mood? Am I really focused on nutrition? Am I really interested in the fitness and exercise part of it? Like Gabriel just did his workout, so he's probably like high on 645. So it might be like a good time to do a focus on exercise or just lifestyle stuff. But checking this off, I think, is helpful. It helps give you sort of like a theme for your power hour. And then I want you to just write down your current program and your current nutrition program. This is just sort of like a check-in for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple minutes to do that section, and then we'll move to the work. Amy, we're just doing that very first section. It's really simple. You're just filling out this little part of the power hour. So we haven't even started. So you're fine. You're good to go. Okay, we're going to move on to this next part because that part should be really fast. For current personal development, I wrote, we are on a break, because we are. It's okay to take breaks. sometimes from personal development. I'm just throwing that out there in case anyone needs to know that. And then my power word I chose is confidence, because that's what me and my team are working on this month. Okay, so before we go into this first exercise, I'm just gonna repeat something that I told my team this week, to not have lay disease. Does anyone know what lay disease is? L-A-E. It's low ass energy. Okay. Nobody wants to follow somebody with low ass energy. So that is just another little tip that I've been really sinking into, because I can get lay disease real easy. So that's just, again, as you go through your power hour, you can even write that down on your little paper if you want. Make sure that your energy is high and then you're excited doing the work, because this is the most exciting part of our job. Okay, so number one, we're going to take a few minutes and we're just going to set a small goal for today. Okay, this is a concept that we're trying to teach a lot, is between today and your ultimate vision of who you want to become, the kind of coach you want to be, is 5 years. Think about that. If it's 5 years, it's your ultimate vision. What's a small goal you can set to get you there, get you motivated? And that can go from daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, right? But today, we're just starting today. What's one thing I can do today? And I want you to write it down. And then the next part is, how will this help me reach my ultimate goal? You can ask yourself that when you set goals, daily, weekly, monthly, all the things, right? Your short-term goals, and you can write out your goal and then say, how is this going to get me to my ultimate goal? It'll help you keep your activity and behavior in line with where you actually want to go. Super simple. By raise of hand, how many of you guys, and I already know my bros do this, but how many of you guys, I'm just going to spread this out, do reels? Raise your hand. Courtney, I see you. Okay, we're going to make a reel today together. Who's excited? I know it sounds complicated. It's really not. It's going to be so simple. You're going to be like, I can't even believe that. But the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to go live. So on your Instagram or your Facebook, it doesn't really matter. What I want you to do is create a 15 to 30 second video. So two slides basically. And I want you to talk about your to-do list for the day. Super easy. Hey, it's Saturday. It's my Saturday morning check-in. I'm on my power hour and thinking through my daily to-dos. And this is the key. I want you to pick 3 things. That's it. 3 simple things. What are your non-negotiable to-dos today? It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. This is a way for you to network through your lifestyle. Super simple. Here's my to-do today. I'm going to take my kids to Staley Farm. I'm going to take a nap for sure. And I'm going to do a body workout. Those are my 3 things. That's all I care about getting done today. Okay, but what's interesting, if this is a really great way to start sharing your life more. And it's really simple, because people will just look at your to-dos and be like, oh, she has a dentist appointment today, right? But if you guys knew I was going to the dentist today, how much more intimate does that feel? You're like, oh, Jace has a dentist appointment. It's very normal, but it's like these little intimate glimpses into your life that people can really start to latch onto. So if you do stuff like this every day and you wake up with your 3 to-dos, and you tell them, and you use this as a lifestyle networking thing for yourself, you'll start having conversations with people. They'll start to engage in that everyday stuff, which leads to connections and other things, right? So I'm going to give you a few minutes to go through. I want you to create a reel, or I'm sorry, create a live, just go live, talk about your to-do list, your 3 things, and just wake up your audience for the morning. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you're feeling super extra, you can create a little list on your stories. Can you guys see this? It's like a little checklist. And you can share it and then just check them off during the day and share it as you go. I'm sure you've seen people do this before. It's really easy to do. If you want to post them directly to your feed, so Carrie said, just a note, when I'm doing lives, they need to be over a minute to be able to post to your feed. That's true if you want to post it as a long story. You can also just save it and upload it independently. You don't have to directly upload it from your stories. You can do it that way too if you want it on your feed. I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, and then we're going to go to the next part. Okay, We're gonna make a reel together. Oh wait, how do you make the list? Create the list? It's really easy. I just take a picture of nothing and then do you guys all know how to make it a blank page on your Instagram story? Okay, it's really simple. If you don't know how, you just take a pic, you just pull up your Instagram stories, you take a picture of literally anything, and then you turn on the pen to go to write on it, and whatever color you want the background, you literally just hold it like this. And it will change. Whose mind just got blown, just kidding. And then you can literally just type it out. And then I just look in the options and find a square. I just type in square and it will pull up a bunch of different squares that you can use as a check. Super simple. Okay, so now we're gonna do a reel together. This is gonna be a really quick one. But what I want you to do is I just want you to share your favorite quote and why. That's it. So if you don't have one that comes to mind, you'll have a second to look one up. You can even be like, this is the quote I pulled up this morning. Super simple, right? I don't say that I do something every day unless I do something every day. That language to me on social media is super toxic. I hate it when people are like, I do this every day, and literally they've done it one time in their life for that one specific thing. So if you're looking up a quote, just be like, I looked up this quote this morning and I loved it. Read the quote and then quickly say why. And then I'm going to teach you how to caption it. Okay, this is really simple. So what I want you to do is I want you to actually take the video. Well, let's see. Let's look up the quote and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to find the quote that you want to use, and then we'll just do it together. Randy, I have a question. Where are you? I can't find you. Where's your face? Does anyone know if you can do captions directly from Reels? I don't think you can. Okay, I'm gonna just show you guys. I was just wondering.
You can do captions in Reels.
Okay. Okay, then we will. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Pull up your Instagram, go to your page, pull up where you're gonna do a new reel. And if you don't know how to do that, you click your little plus button and then you click on reel. And there you go, it's right there. So you go plus to make a post. Okay, so if you want to add a filter to it, you just hit the effects. You can pick one of your ones that you use normally. They should all pop up. And again, what we're gonna do is just take a quick video, okay? Don't worry about it being perfect, doesn't matter. And I want you to say, this is the quote that I found this morning. I really loved it. This is why it spoke to me. Happy Saturday. So simple. Okay, I'm gonna put us on mute. I want everybody to do it. I want to see all your phones up. Even if you don't post this, I want you to do this and get out of your comfort zone. You have to learn this new stuff, okay? I'm gonna give us a minute. Okay, everyone should be done. Super simple. Don't overthink it. Don't try to look perfect. Don't worry if you messed up the words. It's fine. Okay. So once you've done that, I want you to hit preview. That's the next little button. Okay. And then you go up to the little square smiley face up at the very top. You hit it and you hit captions. It should be like the very first thing. Oh, you can hear my. Okay, did everybody find that? Okay, really simple. Now go hit next, like once your captions populate. And it should be there ready to post. You can choose your cover, like what you want to be showing on your feed by just hitting the picture in the left corner and then scrolling over and figuring out which caption to use or which slide to use. Okay, and then for your caption, this is really simple. You can literally just say a little morning motivation. That's it. That can be your entire caption, a little morning motivation. How many of you guys, raise your hand, love finding new quotes, new power statements, new words? You find symbols that really speak to you. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is valuable for other people. If it doesn't feel like it's going to be, it is. This is one of those really simple things you could literally do every day. And that took us, what, 3 minutes to make a reel? How many of you guys have stressed for months over making reels because you're like, I can't do this. This is crazy. Right? You just did it. Congratulations. Right? We're done. You got it. You got through it. We did it together. See, when you move together, you guys, you have the power to what? Transform. It's awesome. Okay, so this next part, literally, you guys just say a little morning motivation for you. Hashtag it with a couple things You don't even have to like sit there and think about 30 hashtags. Just think of a couple that are relevant to the quote, like whatever the quote topic is, and post it. Okay, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to do that. You can even do like daily quote, Insta quote, Saturday morning quote. Like you can literally do whatever. Okay, that exercise took a little longer than I thought, but it was totally worth it. Okay, let's go to the next section. So we went live, we created a reel. You kind of shared your personal development already because you just shared your quote. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to share about nutrition in a really, really simple way. So this one I actually want you guys to do on Facebook. Just because I want you to create some engagement in both places. So if you pull up your Facebook page, all I want you to focus on is your current food mood. Where are you at with nutrition? I posted a reel yesterday of me eating cookies, like eating Oreos, and I'm like, how it's going versus how it's going. That's, I mean, real simple, right? But it's like clever because it's like how it's like it's that whole thing. Anyway, so I just want you to post what your current food mood is. And you can even say, you guys, current food mood, colon, and then write whatever, wherever you're at. And then you can say, anyone else, question mark, and just like try and create a topic of conversation. My favorite thing to do on Facebook is create a topic of conversation for the day. Most of the time, it has nothing to do with fitness and nutrition. I love asking random questions that have nothing to do with anything because I just love people coming to my page. I want it to be like entertaining and fun. Remember, connection is the doorway to invitation. You have to network first, right? Create something that people want to see or come to or get curious about. And then you connect in that space. And that connection allows for getting to know each other, having other conversations, and segueing into a ton of different areas, right? Like that's how relationships are born. Oh my gosh, you're wearing a blue shirt, just like me. Where did you get it? I got it at Gap. Oh my gosh, I got it at Old Navy. How much was yours? It was $18. Mine was $52. Huh, I win, right? Like an immediate connection is formed, and it was about nothing. Do you see what I'm saying? Like people are so easy to connect with if you just look for that opportunity instead of fear it. People are just people. Their moms, their dads, their brothers, their sons, their wives, their husbands, right? Like if you just look at people in that light, it will help you be less introverted in this area, even on social media. Okay. So go to your Facebook. I want you guys to create an instant or a food mood post. I'm going to give you a few minutes. Okay, this food mood thing, you guys, is something you can also do every single day. It's so easy, but it helps you stay really accountable and real with where you're at nutritionally. And B, it helps you connect with people in the season that you're in. C, it will help you find different people every day because your mood with food generally changes day to day. For the most part, the basics and everything is there, right? But your mindset around it sometimes is going to shift. That's really where the variety comes in, right? So for me, I just kept something really simple. Again, I like to keep things simple but create stuff that's conversational. So I just put current food mood, Oreos, and then I said this struggle has turned into a fight. You know, they always say like the struggle is real. It's beyond a struggle at this point. It's more like a war. It's fine. Okay. So that's a really simple daily thing that you can do as well, just to create conversation. You can do this wherever. The cool thing about these exercises, except for the reel that's on Instagram, you can really take these items and check in on different platforms, wherever it feels right. Where should I talk about food today? Where should I talk about exercise today? Where can I post my mindset? Who needs that? Like, you can really take these topics and spread them out. And that's why I love the daily power hour. Okay. This next little part, this next little section, because this is the daily power hour, what's really important for us? Our vitals, right? So this is sort of your vital check-in. Did I work out today? Did I do my personal development? I started my day with a healthy meal. So if you woke up and drank your Shakeology, check that off. You all did personal development today because you all read a quote and shared it. That's personal development, right? So you can check that off. I know Gabriel worked out. If anybody else did yet, you can go ahead and put that and check that off. This is just kind of a well check for me. And what I say, I put this little note right here that says, don't move to the next section until these are done. You cannot forget to prioritize your own stuff. Okay, so we're going to go into the networking section now. I like to do a find and follow every single day. This is something that I do to uplift me and keep my space current in the season that I'm in. This is the content that you're going to be fed every day, is what you're looking for right now in this exercise. So if you're struggling with something specifically, if you are focused on something specifically, like your marriage or parenting, or you're learning a new skill, or you're trying to learn a new skill, or you're struggling with anger or your moods, or you're wanting to have better energy, you want to stop having low ass energy, right? If you're working on confidence, like, I want you to identify something that is relevant to the season that you're in. And we're going to pull up Instagram. One of the most important things with social media, especially when you're new to it or new to coaching, is to fill your own feed with whatever is going to drive you the most. If your feed, your own personal Instagram feed, is filled with people that you don't know, stuff you don't care about, you are not going to be inspired to show up in that space. I'm telling you right now, if you fill up your feed with useful information that's valuable to you, that you can then take and either use for your own content as inspiration, or personally develop in a way that helps you become a better coach or better in your life, how is that going to translate into more business? It's going to help you share more value. If you're ingesting value, guess what you're going to spew out? Value. If you're ingesting toxicity, guess what you're going to spew out? Toxicity. So this is so important. This is something that I am really adamant about. I monitor constantly what is being shown in my feed. So what I want you to do is go to your little magnifying glass, go up to the search tab, and I want you to search whatever topic it is that you chose. What's relevant? What season are you in? And I want you to find a couple accounts to follow that you think will motivate, inspire you, bring you energy every day. This is awesome networking. I'm going to show you how to use this as a tool in a minute. So I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to do this. Okay, we're gonna go to this next part. So hopefully you guys found a couple accounts because we're gonna use them in a second. Instead of doing this poll, I'm actually gonna show you guys how to use those accounts to network. It's really, really simple. There's a couple of things that I do. So what I want you to do and why it's important to network with these accounts is because, again, people who are following them are going to be people who are needing the same things you are. So you have an immediate connection there, right? Whatever the topic is. So what I want you to do is go to one of those pages that you just followed. And I want you to look at their content. Okay, it's probably a big account. The one that I started following at 635,000 followers. You want to try and find like big established accounts that are experts in whatever field or area or season you're looking for. Okay, this is a way to start branching out of like Beachbody and just finding some really good people to bring into Beachbody. That's what we want, right? Yes. Where's my high ass energy? Yes. Okay. Here we go. So I want you to go and look at their content, and I want you to find something that speaks to you. Just pick one post, and we're just going to do this together. We're going to move together through this so you guys can see what is working for me. When you find it, I want you to pull it up, and I want you to find something that speaks to you. Just pick one post, and we're just going to do this together. We're going to move together through this so you guys can see what is working for me. When you find it, I want you to pull it up, and I want you to find something that speaks to you. Just pick one post, and we're just going to do this together. We're going to move together through this so you guys can see what is working for me. When you find it, This one is from the Gottman Institute. The Gottman Institute is a marriage and counseling site. It's amazing. They are amazing. But this particular post, 5 steps to setting limits using emotion coaching. Okay, so just find something that speaks to you. And I want you to go into the comments, and I just want you to heart the comments. Just like the comments. Go down and like them. It takes like 30 seconds. But what that does is it sends that person a notification that you liked their comment. It's like leaving your business card, and it helps them see you. That's what networking is all about. Exposure. Hi, I'm here. Who are you? Super easy. Okay. So go down and heart any of the comments. Try not to heart the account's comments back to people, because that's annoying, because they'll get like 500 notifications if you do that. But just go through, look at some of the comments. If you agree with them or like them, then heart them. I don't recommend hearting the ones that you don't agree with. This specific exercise of just liking people's comments has been like the most effective way for me to find people on social media right now and get new followers. The other thing I do is I look for comments that I feel like I can respond to. So I'll go to a comment, like this girl said, "Thank you for writing what I'm practicing. This is so eloquent. I would love to use this and explain it to my partner." So I could reply to her comment and just say something, I don't know, just respond back. So like starting to really engage in the comment sections also is really helpful, because again, you're then networking and just talking to people who are interested in the same topic and season. They'll probably go to your page, see what you're all about. And if you're valuable to them in that moment, right? Like if they're looking to be healthier or happier or whatever it is that your niche is, then they'll follow you. It's a really natural but intentional way to network. For me, that's the key: natural and intentional. Okay, if you just wait for relationships to start happening, it never will. You have to be intentional about it and create the opportunity. How hard is it to find friends when you're an adult? So hard. It's so hard, right? You have to really put yourself out there if you want to find a new circle of friends. It's the same thing with social media. Okay, so that's a really great networking tool. The last thing that I want you to do is I want you to look at the account again, and I want you to go in and bookmark valuable content. Okay, the way that you do that is you pull up a post, you click on the little flag right underneath it. You click on the little bookmark and hit save to collection. And I want you to create a collection, if you don't have one yet, called valuable content. And whenever you're looking for a good quote, a good topic, something to create a 30-second reel with, right? You can go into your valuable content folder and pull inspiration. You can reshare the content easily to your Instagram story. This is going to be your little secret weapon. This is going to be that thing that people are like, man, you do a lot of study. Man, you do a lot of work. And by work, I mean like work on yourself. People need to see that you're working on yourself beyond your exercise every day. Right? If they see you, think about it. If they see you trying to exercise and work out and eat healthy, they know that you're trying to take care of yourself, right? They know you're trying to take care of your body. That's so inspirational. But when you start to show your practice of taking care of your mind and who you are as a person and you start showing the internal work, man, you guys, that's powerful. How powerful is it for somebody to be like, oh my gosh, I have an anger issue, and this is how I'm working on it. And here's some examples. This may not seem like a big thing to you, but for me, it feels big. So this is what I'm trying to fix, right? Super inspiring. Angela, did you want to say something? Because you keep raising your hand and I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means on a Zoom call. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Gabriel, all my life, my friends were the friends of mine. They were all extroverted. I never made friends on my own, right? So what happens when you're an adult is if all your friends were extroverted growing up and they're no longer around because you all grew up, and most of us don't hang out with the kids that we hung out with in high school, right? Like, then what do? You got to do it. You don't have somebody holding your hand anymore. You have to do the work. That is 1000% this business. If you're waiting for somebody to carry you through it, it's not going to happen. Okay, when you've created your valuable content folder and saved something, I want you to post in the chat when you're done. I want to know that it was done. Yeah, but see, Angela, that is a story to me. Like, that is exactly what I'm talking about. If you took that sentence, I'm a 54-year-old introvert who is now learning how to make my own friends. That's a powerful caption. Let me tell you. Take out your LOL, and that's a post. And you can say, and here's all the ways that I'm trying, right? Because how many people can relate to that? Whether you're 54 or not, like, that's when you can start to say things like, don't wait until you're 54 to figure this out. Here's how you can start now, right? That stuff is so valuable. Okay. We're going to spend the next 5 minutes connecting. Maybe we'll even spend a little longer. So what I want you to do on your social media is I want you to leave 10 compliments or comments. It can be to people who are following you. You can go to their pages and leave comments or compliments on their feeds to just try and connect back. You can do it on these new accounts that you just found if you want in the comment section like we just talked about. But I want you to try to ask 3 meaningful questions. It's a really great way to connect with people. It's a really great way to do the connection part in the comment sections on people's pages. When you see a comment that you love, ask the person a meaningful question. Like, reply to their comment and ask a meaningful question. You can create a post. Right now, you can take 5 minutes and write a post by sharing a story and trying to create connection that way. I just want you to intentionally, confidently go out and try to create a connection with someone. Okay. I'm going to give us a few minutes to do that. When you've asked a meaningful question, I want you to post it in the chat. my gosh, you guys, these questions you're asking are so good. It's so simple, but you guys, like, questions are little gateways into connection. They really are. Like, when you ask people a meaningful question, think about it. How many stupid questions do you get on a daily basis? So many. But when someone asks you a question that's like meaningful, that's relevant, that's applicable, that this is the real key, that they can share value with you about, instant connection. People love sharing value. They love helping other people, generally speaking. They love talking about the things that they're interested in. So these couple that they gave as examples, I just loved. Melanie said, I just found an amazing lady who made gorgeous veggie tray. I asked a specific question about how she cut the peppers. It's so simple, right? But I'm sure you even noticing that the peppers were cut that way, because I'm sure that took a long time to get that tray looking like that and posted. You guys all know it takes forever to make stuff look good on social media. Like, means a lot to her that someone noticed that one tiny detail that probably took a long time, right? Let's see. Mental health is important to me, and a new follower shared about how her thoughts can hurt us. So I asked what she's found that's helpful to flip the switch on negative thoughts. That's awesome. Not only because I think that's a great way to connect, but it's also a great way to find resources for yourself if that's something that you're working on. Amy said, a lady who put in a doggy door so she doesn't have to wake up early with her pup. I asked if she ever had furry critters come in the door because I have considered putting one in too. Awesome. See, the cool thing about questions, you guys, is that you also get value back. Connection is all about the ebb and flow of value between two people, right? That's it. It's really simple. It can be, anything can be valuable in any given moment. Humor, joy, sadness, generally speaking, connection is connected to emotion. So as long as there's some kind of emotion happening, exchanging between you and the other person, it's going to create a little bond. That's why I always say the invite process is the most powerful, impactful part of coaching. When you have that first conversation with people and try and figure out where they've been, and how they got to where they are and where they're going, there's an emotional bond that's created between you and your challenger in that conversation. And if you think about it this way, in their mind, they're looking at it in two ways. I can either go all the way downhill or I can fix this. And you're the person that's saying, you can fix this. I got you. Here's our plan. This is what we're going to do. It's going to work. I'm going to support you. Let's start here. Let's go for this. Think about how powerful that is, right? So when you're doing those invitation conversations and you're gathering information to help them find that full solution for whatever they're trying to work on, don't forget that that's your moment for connection. It's the most important and most impactful time as a coach in your career with that specific challenger or coach. That is the moment you are going to make the difference. Because think about it, after that, like once the challenge pack is bought, once they're in your challenge group, once all that's done, what role do you have in the success of their results other than a supportive one? None. Their work is up to them, right? So in that moment where you're inviting somebody to your challenge group and you're trying to figure out what they're doing and their solution, try to make a strong connection. And you do that through, where have you been? Tell me. How come we haven't figured this out in your life yet so far, how to be healthy and stay healthy? And B, how did we get to this point where you're at right now? Which generally, for most people, is like, I've never been this heavy. I've never been, right? That kind of language. And then you being able to take that and turn this seeming failure that this person has shame around and turn it into something beautiful, transform it into a formative experience for them in their life that they learn from, that they grow from, that they transform out of, and become the healthiest version of themselves. If you don't see that that's the opportunity that you have as a coach, now you do. You are powerful, you are valuable. This is something that you guys really have the ability to impact people with. Okay, so hopefully you got some good nuggets in our call today. I'm gonna post the tracker one more time. I'll put this up on my YouTube so you guys can watch the replay if you want to. And I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Happy Saturday.